What's up, guys? Welcome back to another deck profile video. Today I'm bringing you guys my updated Pure Sky Striker list in depth because I'm going to go over some cards and some choices. So we're going to hop straight into the list. For the main deck, I'm playing 3 copies of Ray and 2 copies of Rose. In pure lists, you see a lot of people play the 1 Rose, but I feel like because of the lack of starters, having the 2nd Rose is nice, because comparing it with something like Afterburners, or not Afterburners, the Hornet drones, sometimes I get the names confused, but comparing it with like some other extenders is like pretty good for the deck, so I feel like playing the 3-2 ratio is good for pure, and then I'm also on the 1 copy of Rhoda as well. And then, of course, for the main starter, you want to always have access to is the triple copies of Mobilize Engage. Playing this at 3 is very important because it is your starter. For, of course, other 3-ofs, I'm playing 3 copies of Widow Anchor, which is kind of like your payoff for going first. Setting up multiple of these is really the goal for going first. And then, of course, for going second, your 3 linkage for OTK. You could play 2. I was experimenting with 2 for a while, but I needed another card in the deck, so I threw in the 3rd linkage. But this could be something like a Lightning Storm or like any other like non-engine. I'm playing 1 copy of Shark Cannon because there are a lot of grave decks, and this card's actually really underrated. Shout out to Dark Jester for suggesting this card, because I actually was not playing it until I seen him try it. The 1 Lemons Gate, this card is busted. Arguably, this could even be a 2 of, but I feel like 1 is fine because you can recycle the spells with, of course, the Link 2. The 0 can add back from the graveyard, so it comes up a lot. 1 copy of Hornet Drones because it is limited. Otherwise, this would be arguably even a 3 of, but I feel like even just 2. But obviously, because ban list, this is at 1. Honestly, surprised this didn't get banned for the Yummy deck, but at the same time, it does make sense. And then finally, I am playing the 1 Afterburners because you can thrust into it, and it is a very good card for going second. Moving on to the rest of the consistency and non-engine, I'm playing 3 Upstart because this is a pure Sky Striker deck, but I'm also playing 2 copies of Vision with the 1 MST. Now, you can cut MST and play the 3rd Vision, but I only own 2 Vision because I only got 1 box of Rarity 5, and these are the only 2 copies I pulled. Also, in my area, it is hard to find copies of Vision, and I could order it, but like, I'm trying to save on budget right now, so that's why I'm on 2 Vision. But realistically, the 3rd for me doesn't come up because like most of the time I'm just searching MST to get 2 spells engraved, but there are the times where the draw 2 will come up. But honestly, this package isn't terrible. You could cut it for like something like I said, Lightning Storm, whatever non-engine like Fuelos. I'm not playing the Charmies in this list, by the way, so. For, of course, quick play spells, I'm playing 3 copies of Droplet, and the 1 Called by the Grave, just have some more for the Radiant Typhoon package. Called by, you could side for going first, but I am maining it just for the 40th card. And then for actual non-engine like cards, I'm playing 3 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust because it is very strong in this deck, getting access to Engage, Tactics, or like any other cards. Like, for example, the Raigeki or the Feather Duster comes up really well because this deck does want to go second. And I'm also playing 2 copies of Ultimate Slayer. You don't have to play Ultimate Slayer. You could play 3 copies of Ultimate Slayer. I only own 2. But Ultimate Slayer is a very powerful card, and I do like playing it in Sky Striker just because it does come up a lot for OTKing. And then the final card, self-explanatory. We hate Fuelos. We hate Perulia. 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Perulia doesn't hurt as much as Fuelos if you're starting with like Engage or Hornet Drones, but of course for normal summons, you want to Ash the Charmies. Moving on to the extra deck, it's kind of relatively standard. 3 copies of Kagari because it's pure, 2 copies of Zero, 1 Shizuku, 1 Armatsu, and 1 Hayate. These 3 are like all cuttable, but I needed more names for the OTK line with linkage because I'm pretty sure most of the time you're locked to like link 1 sometimes, or like you need generic link 1s. Armatsu is also a good link 1 to summon sometimes, like for your end board, depending on the matchup. 1 Camellia. You could play 2 if you want, but it doesn't come up for me a lot, so I like to play just 1. The 1 Engage Zero. Again, another card that's cuttable. Comes up a lot for me, though, so I'm choosing to play it. The 1 SP Little Knight. The 1 Star Slayer Typhon. And then the last cards in the deck are my Ultimate Slayer targets. We have a Malong, a Aggregator, This is meant to be a Garura, but I only own one copy because it is another card that is hard to find. So just keep in mind this GMX Comprex is meant to be Garura. Could also be something like Entis, but like just depends really. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my deck profile. If you guys did enjoy, let me know in the comments any recommendations. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.